off in the right way. You got a banging booty and a tight waist. I've been a fan since I met you in the lobby, and hopefully you end up over my place.
I can't believe I never saw you coming over until you put your pretty hand up on my shoulder. I wanna touch, I wanna kiss, I wanna hold you. Yeah, I really wanna get you hot tonight.
Come on.
So tell me what I gotta do to get the hook up in the future. Baby, you choose the night, whatever you like, and I'ma pick you up on time.
And it's cool if you don't want to, but you be a fool if you don't want to. Because I guarantee that if you with me, you're gonna be feeling how you're supposed to be.
Girl, give me your
Girl,
number.
give me your number, give it to me. Forget it, here go my number. Here you go. Forget it, you don't need my number. No, you don't. Cause we're gonna get hot tonight. Oh, girl, give me your number. Give it to me. Forget it, here go my number. Here you go. Forget it, you don't need my number. No, you don't. Cause we're gonna get hot tonight.
That's right.
And if you say you don't like it my way, we can do it your way. Any way is okay. And if you say you don't like it my way, we can do it your way. Any way is okay. Any way you like it, babe. Tell me what I gotta do to get the hook up in the future.
Rock with you.
You choose the night, whatever you like, and I'ma pick you up on time.
And it's cool if you don't want to, but you's a fool if you don't want to. Cause I guarantee.
Hey, we are back for our Spotlight interview. We are live from the Music Factory studio in the National DJ Cafe, Philadelphia Live 215. We are here with the OG DJ Technique. We got him in here. We're going to keep him in here and go back in the time and come to the present and hopefully educate you guys on some things and tell you some things about himself. Glad to have you here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Man, I tell you, I tell people all the time, tech is everywhere. Tech's like the, Channel 6 news van, like, they're the DJ again, you know what I mean? He's always doing events. You see him at concerts and stuff. Then he does stuff with sound. And so you never know you're going to hear him pop up. He may rock out for a little while on Facebook. I hop on there and rock out with him when he hops on Facebook stuff. So, but we want to take it back to, your beginnings, especially with your beginnings with music. How far back did you really start getting into music? And then we'll get into when you realize, hey, I want to be a part of this thing some kind of way, performing or doing something, and then gradually getting to where I need to make some money. You know what I mean? This is a good opportunity to make some money.
Right.
So what's your earliest memory or your time or anybody that influenced you when you were younger?
Well, honestly, the one person that really had the major and only truly heavy impact on me as far as music and getting into the DJ game was my uncle, rest in peace, DJ Ricky O. He was my uncle who was married to my mother's sister, my aunt.
Okay.
Auntie.
What year was it? Do you remember how old you were? Or?
This was 1982, to be honest with you. I was still in junior high school, and they were childhood sweethearts, lived around the corner from each other down in North Philly, and he was a DJ. But I really never knew that until I happened to go around his house one day to drop off something my grandmother made me do, which I didn't want to do. Anyway, I went in and went upstairs and went in his bedroom, and I saw turntables, records, music everywhere in his room, and I was just like captivated from the door. And he was playing a couple of records, and I saw the Sugar Hill labels, right? And that kind of really grabbed my attention. And from that point on, it just seems like every chance I got when I was down at my grandmother's house on weekends, I'm running around the corner to go see if he's playing, and just sit there on his bed and just listen to him play songs that I really didn't know about.
Right.
Because it was, those 70s, early 80s songs. So that's what really got my attention with it.
Oh, okay. Now, did he let you get on and play a little bit, or he sit you down and this is how you do this thing if you really want to do it?
He never really let me get on his stuff, which I understand now.
It's expensive back then.
But you know what I'm saying? He did one day tell me, he says, "Nephew, I want you to plug up the equipment for me."
Right.
Now, I didn't know what he meant, but he says, "Hook up the system."
Right.
And to be honest, I didn't know what I was doing. I just kind of like looked over everything, looked where certain things were plugged up before.
Right.
And took me 3 tries, but on that 3rd try, I got it, and it blew his mind.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, now I'm ready to teach you how to DJ.
Okay.
And from that point on, any chance that I got to be down there and visit, he just had me around there playing and just showing me different records that he would play at his parties.
Okay. Now, was he doing, because this is back in the time for younger people, a lot of block parties back in the day. So was he doing block parties, house parties back then that he was doing and you were going to see him? Or?
It was mostly house parties.
Right.
He did a couple of parties downtown, Center City at hotels. And, obviously I tag along. I was the Ronnie Ray
right.
of the DJ Ricky O show. So, I'm carrying records and speakers and stuff. And he really, I just sat around and I just watched.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm still a teenager. I shouldn't be out that late, but he's my
right,
uncle.
exactly.
But
I'm with my uncle.
Yeah, but he really had me just pay attention and just watch. And that's all I soaked up everything that he was doing, how he was doing it, the records that he would choose, the people are dancing, and I just paid attention and I absorbed all of it.
Right. So that's your opportunity to learn what music was, what to play when.
Yeah.
Especially for that crowd. I had the similar experience in my day, and I come out and learn, okay, well, I know all this from hearing around the house, but wow, I know if I want to get these old people up and I'm young, I know what to play. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, cool.
Yeah,
I know the hip-hop stuff already, it's new, but, so that's cool. So you had the same type of experience.
Definitely.
So when you're around 12 now, and you're coming getting into high school, early teenage years, formative years, as they say. When do you decide that, hey, I want to do this thing myself, aside from my uncle or more with my uncle, depending on what the scenario was. But
Yeah, real quick, it took a last-minute opportunity by him and my auntie.
Mm-hmm.
They were getting married in my grandparents' house. His best friend, also one of his buddies in his DJ group,
right,
was his best man, DJ Fast Eddie. And for some reason, he didn't show up for the wedding.
What?
He didn't show up for the wedding, and he was supposed to play music for the reception. Even though it was in my grandparents' house in the basement,
he was still responsible.
He was still responsible. So nobody knew where he was. So my uncle had me walk around the corner, grab the stuff, and he said Frank Jr. is going to DJ.
Wow.
I didn't know what songs I was playing. All I knew, my cousin Cheryl was handing me Lakeside, LTD, Tina Marie, Whispers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But from that point on, that night, I knew I wanted to be a DJ. Every chance I got, I took my lunch money.
Right.
And, my man Dollar Sign to tell you, Sound of Germantown was our best friend.
Oh, that was a spot, man.
If I had $10, I knew I was coming away with at least three singles, 12 singles.
Yes.
Yeah. And I just started building my collection. And, I had one crate, but I knew that was my special crate. Okay. I was buying any song that came out.
Right.
You go in Sound of Germantown, you see Enjoy Records, Sugar Hill Records, you know what I mean? Profile. Man, it was just, I was just so focused on hip hop.
Yes.
I got to be honest about that. Yes. But I still was acquiring my library as I got older, and I was getting records from my relatives, my parents, and my uncles, and it just built up.
Because I remember, I don't know, maybe you share the same feel, but at the time, for if you were lucky enough to have somebody that can influence you like you did, all the R&B and jazz stuff you got from the older people, hip hop, that was live. It was on the spot then, right? So it's like, hey, I know what I'm buying here, so I'm saving money, like you said. And back then, y'all, it was Sound of Germantown, Sound of Market. I think it was 1 and 2, Funko Mart, and a couple of places. There was a place you went to go get records, and a lot of people, a lot of the DJs who now. They started out and working at the counter. A lot of these places, especially downtown, like Funko Mart.
Shout out to Tab Money.
Tab Money, and go down there and stuff like that. So, and you would go down there to get back then drum machines, sequences and stuff. We'll get to that in a minute. But just to give some people some context about how that was.
Yeah.
So, so you started building up your collection, And so what were you doing equipment wise? Like what was DJ Technique's first setup? I don't care how sloppy or corny it was.
Yeah.
You came out the gate with some 1200s. I don't know.
No. But truth be told, Sound of Germantown used to sell them. $258 for one.
Though they told it. Okay.
250.
All right.
I remember that price sign because I saw it in the window.
And everybody was like, "Yeah, that was the golden thing."
Man, but I had my first set of turntables were direct drive. They weren't belt, but they were like these corny. I don't know the brand name, but I just told my mom. I said I don't want anything else for Christmas but these turntables.
Yeah.
I remember she gave me $50. She came home from work. Gave me $50 that Saturday. I went down to Sound of Germantown, put them on layaway.
Oh, layaway, that's the thing, boy.
And it only cost me $160 something to get them off.
Yeah,
I treasured those turntables, and of course I had the original, Gemini 2200 mixer,
Gemini,
and all that.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I kind of just had the little setup, and the RCA into the big boombox radio.
Yes, yeah,
in my
that was
bedroom.
right.
So that was my system. And that's what I kind of practiced on. I play songs on. I'm trying to emulate what I heard at a block party weeks before. And again, I was still a young boy.
Right.
And I was more into basketball than anything. That was my first love.
Okay.
So, more or less I kind of would gravitate when I get home. I go in my room, hit everything on.
Start messing
around.
Yeah.
And we had these people, these neighbors that lived behind us, right? And for some reason, those parents let those kids have company every night in the summer in their yard.
Oh wow!
And they were playing all the music or whatever. We just hop the fence,
go over there, hang out,
just chill and hang out. So I kind of like anything they played. I go back. If I didn't have it, I practice playing it or whatever. That's how I went from there.
Oh, okay. So now, is this a time you figured, okay, you know what? I'm ready. I got my little setup here or what it's going to do. When you get to that next step, I want to go do a party. I want to go on my own and do I have enough stuff and will my stuff hold up? Because, back then everybody, a lot of people had the house speakers. They rolled out for the party. They didn't have the scoops and the stuff when they first started. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey.
Honestly, I did one party, or I helped do a party. I'm going to say that. With my man Wine, DJ Wine from Haines Street. He was a dude, lived around the corner from us, and he had 12s.
Oh, okay.
And we all go around his crib and watch him cut up or whatever.
Yeah.
So he did this house party one Friday night up in Walnut Lane, and I got on. I kind of tried to mimic what I heard some DJ do.
Yeah.
My man Master D.
Yeah.
No Master D.
Yeah, Spinbad.
Is DJ the original DJ Spinbad.
Original DJ Spinbad.
That's his actual first DJ name from the Boogie Boys.
Yep.
I tried to emulate, how he was scratching Jam Master Jay by Run DMC. I did good. Good, but for the most part, that was my first true party.
Okay.
From that point on, once I started playing ball more around the city and back Waterview, and I kind of fell off the radar, the spectrum of it all.
DJ spectrum.
And, I was more or less playing ball.
Right.
That's all I wanted to do is
go
back Waterview, run ball, play against Pulaski Town and stuff like that. So yeah, and then when I started going down my grandparents' house more in the summer times, that's when I started really going to parties and doing dollar parties at storefronts.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Now, how'd you get that started, doing the dollar party?
Well, I had a friend of mine, DJ Shizmack. He had a little group called So Bad Disco. Shout out to Brother Fruit. Rest in peace, my man Pee Wee. It was just us four.
Right.
And he had the equipment. He had the bass bins, the scoops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He used to live on 26th in Clearfield.
Okay.
So I used to go to his house. We practice or whatever, and I really got into the house party and doing parties when I hooked up with those guys.
Okay.
We did a party out Chester. That's a memorable moment.
Okay.
I hope nobody found out about that one. But
somebody got photos somewhere.
Yeah. It was cold hot dogs and Kool-Aid that we ate.
Oh man.
Yeah. But getting with those guys in So Bad Disco, I was basically hanging with them, doing parties around the neighborhood, different areas, no major halls or nothing like that. But,
right.
But I learned the whole aspect of team as far as being in a group with guys. There were 2 DJs. One guy was an MC, other guy, was equipment guy. So I kind of learned all the aspects and paid attention to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you got the whole, the dynamic, the whole, I should say, the structure of how you go about doing these type of events.
Yeah, definitely.
So so then you get to the point where now you're playing a lot of ball, you're doing a little bit of music. When is it a point where you're starting to do more music than you playing ball in your free time?
Oh yeah.
Okay, talk a little bit about that.
I between, I'm gonna say, from 84 to late 87, I really got into DJing more because I spent most of my time after I got out of high school working and living with my grandparents at that time.
Right.
So I was able to go to all the parties on Wagner's,
right,
and stuff like that. The
high school parties,
and just pay attention, all the block parties, and watch cats like GMF, Grandmasters of Funk. Watch my boys Force 5. Rest in peace, Little E.
Yes, sir.
My man Tape Master Terry B.
Yep.
DJ Kid T, and my homie, this is my true homie, MC Bobby B.
Bobby B. Yes.
I thought that was the baddest MC in Philly.
Yeah,
I really did. But I really started being able to attend parties and just hang out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I knew I was a DJ, but I wasn't known.
Right.
I was known in the hood. You know how the whole
around the neighborhood,
like the movie Juice. How
the neighborhood.
Say,
you local.
Yeah. You local.
Yeah, he dope, but you local, right? You local, right?
And then I broke away from the guys in So Bad Disco, and then just started DJing with my buddy Randy Sears. Randy D, I used to call him. He used to live around the corner from my grandmother, and so it was just me and him, and we would DJ at the storefronts, DJ at house parties down north, and certain areas, little halls, and we just kept it local. But I actually grew to understand and respect the game,
right?
As far as making $50,
right? You make something.
You know what I mean? We used to take the $50 from the storefront we made and go to the Chinese store on the corner, shrimp fried rice and the Pepsi.
And sit on the steps and eat it and talk about
sit in his basement, and you know what I'm saying. But I learned. Like I said, it was a learning process,
right?
And like every DJ that came up, you have levels to learn in different aspects of what's important if you want to be good,
right?
And be a real money earner,
right. So you had because I know at the time a couple things. You people learn, and this is not just DJs but MCs. You had to learn like the showmanship of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you make that impression on people to go whatever. And then you got into people who making tapes of themselves, or they get recorded at different events.
Yeah.
And that was because like at that time, for some of you guys that don't know at that time, a lot of times like he said. You were known in your neighborhood, but you probably weren't known across the city.
Right,
in different neighborhoods. Unless somebody talked about you at their school when they was like, oh, hey, my boy lived up in Germantown. I heard this dude named DJ so-and-so. He was bad. And well, I got to do that here. And that's kind of how it was even with in our city with like Jeff and Cash and we of Uptown, and we hear about him, but we like, we know Spin Bad. How's the Cab? We know that people from our end, they're like, all right, well, yeah. And then when you got to the point where, and this, I don't know if you agree with this, but like when you got to do like bigger parties or bigger events and more people knew you. It's like when you had like Jeff and them coming over to Central and they were like, that's the dude y'all was telling me about. Yeah, they were nice or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like that was the way people got out. They heard tapes or they heard you coming out of your neighborhood somewhere, and that's how you got a bigger name across the city, right? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with it a lot. I mean, and that's how, again, I will always say Philly got the best DJs nationwide. I don't care what nobody say. We kind of, I believe wholeheartedly that we originated the whole aspect of saluting the DJ first.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It was more about who's the best DJ from West Philly, Southwest.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Darby, Germantown, Uptown, North, Southwest, and all that. And I stick to that, and I own that because I think we do truly have the best DJs, and we learn from each other coming up. You know, you learn from watching Cash, Jeff, Spin Bad. You know what I mean? Master Vic.
Yes.
Lightning Rich, rest in
Lightning
peace
Rich,
to the
rest in
homie.
peace, Rich. Yes, sir.
I call him the One Finger Bandit.
Mansion, mama.
All day.
Yes, sir.
No doubt.
Yes, sir.
No doubt. But yeah, that's how I believe it all developed, is because of, just hearing about guys on tapes. Terry B used to carry his little radio, man. Dollar Sign knew it. Terry B from Force 5, he used to have all the tapes. We used to sit in math class and he'd be playing the tape from St. Luke's and you know, he had all the tapes, and you get a copy of it. I once had a copy.
Start circulating.
I had a copy of a TDK 60 Minute. Bobby B. We had architectural drafting. He let me hold this tape when they was Force 5 was practicing.
Right.
And I lost it, unfortunately. But those cats hounded me for weeks about. He said, "Frank, where the tape at? Where the tape at?" But I got to listen to it, and I studied how Spin was, choose his record selection, his music selection,
right?
And I picked up ideas from it,
right?
Because I believe there's nothing wrong with learning from other DJs, because you always learn something,
right?
They doing specific that'll make you better,
right?
Help your skill level.
Yeah, I always thought that was a big thing in the city here, because we were, like I said, we were known for DJs, and we got awesome MCs too. But we were known for DJs. But I think the term battle tested, because you were in either direct competition in battle or DJ back in the summer, or you were in competition with who liked your sound, right? Yeah. So and like I said, if you took it the right way, you learn. To respect the person that you were being compared to, and you made your skills better. Like, hey, I don't know how to do that. Let me learn how to do that. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Or I do this, and this person was like checking me out, how I go about doing whatever. I think it was a lot of that, especially here in the city. So I think that, and this is my opinion, so please. But once people got more exposure of the Philadelphia DJs outside of the city, they were blown away by what we could do, because we were like fearless when it came to all these DMC battles, whatever. So it's like, all right, who y'all want me to battle? We just, who you got? We ready, you know what I mean, or whatever. So like our mentality, and then we originated so many different things here, right? As part of the DJ game, and like as far as what the culture here at that time,
right?
I just think that it did a lot. A lot for hip hop in general. That was our contribution from Philly. True, is big, I think, in that area, and as far as a DJ, like you said. Yeah, you agree with that?
Oh, I agree 100%. I mean, just being able to grasp the whole concept of saying, okay, I heard this DJ from Southwest is better than this DJ from North Philly.
Right.
I heard this DJ from Uptown can put it down better than this DJ from Southwest.
Right.
Then the word of mouth is getting around. Cats like who they like. Mm-hmm. They want to go to that party to see if those cats are DJing, to see how good that guy is.
That guy really is, right.
Yeah,
exactly.
So that they can go back and say, yo, I heard the boy play, but he can't touch our ball.
Right.
Now, again, I was a ball player, you know what I mean? Right. I was just a fly on the wall, learning and watching. And I loved all the DJs that I saw get down. I could honestly sit here and say, I never been to a party and watched Jeff cut.
Right.
Never. I really never started paying attention to how Jeff play until I heard this mixtape my boy Hoop had from Waterview. Shout out to my man Jeffrey Hoop, Waterview, Haines Street. He had his tape, and he said, Frank, yo, I got this boy Jeff from West Philly. Yeah. And Jeff was cutting its time. He was cutting it was speeded up. And I'm like, I heard Spin Bad cut its time. I said, I never heard DJ cut it that fast.
That fast, yeah.
So that was my real exposure to Jeff. Mm-hmm. I saw Cash at a block party. Mm-hmm. That was incredible. But again, I'm biased.
Right.
Spin Bad's my homie.
Right, exactly.
That's my little brother. Exactly. So I'm ride or die with Force 5 all day.
Exactly.
Every day.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care about, there's no slight on no other Philly DJs. but I'm going to tell you one thing. My homie also played for over 30,000 people.
Right.
So and, if it wasn't for him, and I stick by this, if it wasn't for him and that one invention that he decided to create, all the DJs we hear in the DMC, all the DJs from New York, all the DJs that are deemed the household names, wouldn't be doing the scratches and the cuts that he do.
Right, that's what I said. A lot
him.
of stuff came here. Yep.
A lot of stuff originated here. Again, it's true. Hip hop history 101.
Yes.
So, since I'm a mixed villain, I'm known. I'm known as the big brother that
there you go.
that you don't want to talk to because I tells it like it is.
That's right. That's what we want.
Yeah, but that's
straight no chaser.
Yeah. And I don't drink like
that's
that.
Right. Exactly. Me either.
So I'm sober. But no. But in all honesty, I have respect totally for every DJ in the city of Philadelphia.
Yes.
Because it's a hard grind when you jump into it and you think it's easy. But the most important thing is you got to do is stay humble and be willing to learn. I'm 54 years old. I learned from cats that's doing sound, DJ J-Rock, Fred Tate. I learn. I listen. I pay attention. I soak it up like a sponge.
Yeah.
So, to all of the young DJs out there, in the tri-state, try to understand us old heads, or triple OGs as you call them.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I stole that from J-Rock. That's triple OG.
Yeah, triple OG. Yeah. Don't be afraid to inbox, get our number, and ask questions and advice because you may be good, you may be great.
Still room to learn more.
But you can be incredible on a controller and turntables, but your sound system may sound like crap. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Because I've been told this about myself. So I accepted that and I took and I learned. I paid attention. I asked questions. So it's a growing experience as being a DJ, especially coming out of Philly. Trust me.
Yes. Now like we're in the mid to late 80s now. Like I said, to paint a picture for you guys, like I said, there's a lot of different, like he said, a lot of different DJs, a lot of stuff going on in the city culture-wise. This is the time between, I say, mid-'80s to late 80s where people are starting to get on records. We got maybe a handful of people who have gone international, like Jeff and them and Cash and Steady Bean, stuff like that. But it's still big, people either trying to make a record or at least trying to do something here in the Philly area. During that time, or did you find yourself doing more parties then? Or you wanted to do more venues and stuff like that? And then, like, where were you? Now you talking about coming out and you going and coming out of high school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I know you went to the service. Did you go?
Yeah.
Did you do something before the service? Or?
Oh yeah. Well, once I joined the Navy in early '88, I was supposed to leave home in December '87. So again, from the time I graduated high school in '86 up until the time I left in April '88, I was really heavy into doing house parties around the neighborhood.
Okay,
making $50, $75 on a good day.
Big money.
Big money. I'm telling you, me and my man Randy Sears, shrimp fried rice and a Pepsi.
That's right.
Got me through my Fridays, Saturday nights.
But see, back then you wanted to get the money you could, but you wanted to be known too. So that was worth it. That was worth the money. The currency you didn't get was worth good as far as promotion.
And I developed a little following of word of mouth. Cats say, "Oh, Frank nice, he blah blah blah." You know what I'm saying?
That's back when it was Cool Frank, right?
No,
is that too early?
No. My DJ name was Crime Master D.
Okay.
Crime Master Frankie D. I'm not lying. I am not lying. Listen.
You get that from Mantronics and that Crime Master D from Mantronics?
No. Truthfully, no. I really never went by a DJ name until my man Randy gave me that, because we would call ourselves the Slime Brothers, right? Because we saw Ghostbusters, right? And so he just called us the Slime Brothers, and we see each other, we call each other Slime, whatever. But he literally started calling me DJ Frank, Crime Master Frankie D. And to this day, I still don't know.
You don't know what that came from, yeah.
I wasn't a thug. I was
a man, the Clark Kent guy. You ain't causing no trouble.
You look for Frank around the neighborhood down, especially in North. I'm up the playground.
Right.
If I'm back up Germantown, I'm back Waterview balling.
Balling, right, yeah.
Dunking on people.
Right.
Me and my boy Buddha. Shout out to my man Solomon Barnett. So basically, and get back on point. when I joined the Navy in '88, you know, I think once I got stationed shoreside back in 1990 in Virginia, Portsmouth, Virginia, I started really buying more records.
Right.
I buying better turntables, and I remember this little dental assistant that worked with us. Her husband was selling 1200s.
Wow.
And I'm gonna tell you, America, when you can buy a pair of pristine Technique 1200s for $450.
Wow.
For a pair.
For a pair.
Let me tell you, look, I
for one now, and people are getting away from them.
Look, in the military, you get paid on the 1st and the 15th.
Right.
I didn't mind eating peanut butter jelly and Sunkist soda until the next payday because I gave
make
her,
that happen. I'm gonna make that happen.
Look, and plus I was living off base, so I had to pay my bills and rent were paid. But she had she had that $450 in her hand.
Wow.
Fresh out of the box.
Wow.
So I built up I started really building system. I bought, some speakers, an amplifier, an equalizer, and all that.
Now, where were you stationed at when
I was in Portsmouth, Virginia.
Virginia, okay.
Living right outside the base of the hospital. So I was right there, and even on my lunch break, I go home, go in the house, go in my room, start playing, cutting, and all this and stuff like that. And I started getting gigs from people that were stationed on the base. You know what I mean? People that say, "Yo, Frank, we want to have a party at the base such and such, base sports bar and all this." And I was getting those gigs. So the music at the time was great to hear and great to play. So I was cool with it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
That's when I started making. I said, "Damn, I ain't never know I could make $200."
Yeah.
Doing a party, I like, yo.
Wait a minute, there's something to this thing here. Let me think about more about doing this a little more.
So I more or less started. Once I got stationed in Virginia shore duty, I was on shore duty for 4 years. So I was able not only to be out of state and get a total different vibe of the type of music that other people like to hear from different cities.
Right, yes.
And how they vibe to it. Yeah. I was able to go to this club called David's downtown Portsmouth, Virginia, where David's was like Brave New World up here used to be.
Right.
Or like Gotham used to be up here.
Right, yeah.
And they had a celebrity every weekend.
Oh, wow, okay.
I never thought I'd meet Queen Latifah.
Oh, wow, really? Portsmouth, Virginia, right?
Look, remember Another Bad Creation came out? I never thought I'd be in a bar and they bring them little knuckleheads walking in with their blonde hair. I think they were making Meteor Man around that time. Or that was my first time seeing Kid Capri live DJ.
Oh,
and I was like, whoa, this is cool. So I was really doing a lot of parties down there, and it just hung over until I was able to come back here to Philly in '93, be stationed at the shipyard, and I just started hearing about every DJ.
Yeah, everybody was doing something, and somebody doing
everybody.
Something.
I'm like, yo. So that's how that developed. So I was always doing good as far as being down there, still working.
Now this is the end of the 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
A lot of people started getting into mixtapes and stuff. So is that when you guys started doing mixtapes and things like that? Because that was another way, again, like we said before, party tapes. Now we've evolved to purposeful mixtapes from each DJ was starting to come out. Is that when you started doing that, or a little later? Or?
I started. I think I started in '95 making mixtapes because even though I was still in the military, cats that I was stationed with, whether they from Chicago, Pittsburgh, Florida, North Carolina, they were like, "Parks, can you make me a tape? Yo, that new Onyx, can you put that Onyx on there?" I'm like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, because I remember myself, like I would come, I was in school, I'm in college, and I would come home and Doc sign, like, "Yo, I need you to make me a couple tapes." Go back up things, and I go, and then the cool, that was so funny because the cool things was like, people, like you said, college was like when in service, people from all over different countries, whatever, so I would bring back stuff up, and they go, "What is that?" You know what I mean? So I would bring up a mixtape. I bring up tape, old party tape and stuff. And go, "Oh yeah, Jazzy Jeff Fresh Prince. You like to watch the Fresh Prince color? This is Jazzy Jeff." Yeah. Oh, because he said this one time too. A lot of people didn't know he DJ'd that aren't from Philly. A lot of people. Right. He said he ran into people that only knew him from that show. And it was like, and I remember I had an old mixtape with him. I don't know if you remember this. This is a little bit of history. when WHAT, when after Lady B left, they were on there. There's another guy called Mr. B on there. But before he got on there, they would just come on and play mixtapes from Jeff and like Cash and some other DJs.
Right.
So I had this one from Jeff did. He was on like for an hour or something. He just mixing up It's Time, you know, all that classic stuff.
Right.
And I was playing it up at school. And these dudes, my friends of mine, they was from Chicago, New York, and like Miami, stuff like that.
Yeah.
They were like, "Yo, man, who was that?" And I said, "Oh, that's DJ Jeff. You don't know that? DJ Jeff. Yeah, that's the guy from the TV show." I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "He was doing this before. He was on the, They were like, "Oh man, that dude is bad." Like, So when I heard the interview one time, and Jeff said, "Yeah, he had met people that didn't know that knew him from the show. Didn't know he was a DJ. Didn't know he was a legendary DJ. You know what I mean? I was like, what? I got you know who this was? Know who this is? You know what I mean? So I say that to say that you had a good chance to do like I said, make tapes for people, expose them to stuff, and you got also to learn, like you said, how other like some stuff may not be a hit in one city, but it may be a hit here. So you learn that the dynamics and that gets into being able to read the crowd. We talked about a little earlier when we was hanging out. Just, and talk a little bit about that, like how that helped you with that. Yeah,
there was this one girl I was stationed with. She was a dental assistant. Her name was Angela Cox. And I was in love with that woman. She's from Chicago, and one of the civilian workers in our department, she had a house party, and she asked me to DJ, right? And I really didn't know much about house music.
Okay,
and so
it's early '90s then,
in
right?
The 90s, So the girl Angie, she was like, "Hey, Park," cause we always call each other by our first last names.
Right.
She says, "Parks, when you gonna throw something on that house music? House music." And I really did. I had some because I was just buying records from the local store down there.
Right.
Because I would hear it in the nightclub Davis. I was like, okay, let me go get that. Let me go get Crystal Waters and all that. Yada, yada. But she hit me hard when she said, "Nah, play some real house, some Chicago house."
Yes.
And I swear to you, that was my first time really understanding the vibe about knowing your music and knowing the type of crowd. Because at any moment, you may have 10 or 20 people grooving to the basic stuff, but you may have 5 people or 4 people or even 2 saying, "I wish he would have played that."
Right.
Because I'm from such and such.
Right.
And I tell you, after that night, that and the following week, I had her write down a list of all the Chicago house songs that she knows that I should get. Okay. And I went to the record store. They had maybe about 70% of those songs, but I picked them up.
There you go. See, research people. You still need to do your research. Even nowadays, you need to go know how to play to a right crowd and know when that crowd may fluctuate and whatever. It's like, no matter how good you are, how well you are.
Shout out to my cousin Plush.
Yes, sir.
See my cousin Plush. What up, cuz?
You know what I mean? So now we're in, say, the early 90s now. Are you out of the military yet, or when did you get done?
I got honorable discharge, by the way. 1998.
And thank you for your service, by the way.
Oh, thank you. No problem. No problem. I got discharged in 1988. Obviously, I came back home to Philly. After being away from Philly for 10 years, I'm not going to lie.
Right.
I wanted to come home and establish my roots back home here.
Right.
And that's when, by chance, I swear to you, I'm thankful for this, that I happened to go to Lou and Choose on, I think it was a Friday. And this guy, DJ Vince, the OG, used to be there, the main DJ. Dollar Sign may remember him, DJ Vince. Light-skinned dude, hazel eyes.
Yeah.
He had his own system in that place, and he would let me play when I used to come home every weekend.
Oh, okay.
But apparently he had quit, and they bought a whole new system, a community system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Community system, with crown amps and all that, nice little rack.
Yeah.
And so they needed a DJ. And so the DJ that knew me, DJ Al, used to be there on Friday nights. He said, Tom Smith, rest in peace, they need a DJ for Wednesday nights. I'm just fresh out of the Navy.
Right.
I want to get back in the DJ game.
Right.
And I said, okay, I'll do it. No problem. Blah, blah, blah. I got a call from DJ Al that Tuesday. He tells me, Frank, would you rather play on Thursdays? Because I don't want to do on Thursdays. I didn't know nothing about Scepter Night.
Right.
I didn't know nothing about. When I say, you would have thought aliens were landing that night. So I was blind to the fact, and I said, no, I don't care. I mean, I'm just happy to have a little gig,
right,
extra money in my pocket every week, and I gotta admit, I'd never been on lose on a Thursday.
Right.
From September 1998, last Thursday of that month, I was at Lose for 20 years.
I know. I'm about to say you were synonymous with Lou and Choose.
20 years, yeah.
Thing.
I'm blessed to honestly say I'm thankful for that too.
Right. Yeah. I mean that I think you were the first serious residency DJ in the city.
I don't know.
20 years at one place. People, from Lou and Choose. Oh yeah, we know. You know what I mean? So
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I really was the first.
Yeah, I can't.
I don't think I was.
That. Well,
I'm pretty sure throughout the city, like my man Kurt, DJ Kurt,
right?
DJ Kurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Studio 37. He had that Erie Ave on lock.
Okay.
Yeah. But once I got that gig, it was every Thursday night.
Right.
Every Thursday night. You would have thought it was a Hollywood. It was like they say in the 70s, getting dressed was an event.
Yeah.
It was an event in itself to come out on Thursday night.
Right.
And like I said, the vibe, the crowd,
just the atmosphere in there.
Atmosphere,
it was just crazy. Yeah.
It really had to make me step my game up.
Right.
As far as skill.
Right.
Knowing the crowd, because dude, you got a place that capacity is 75 at the time. Listen, we had an easy 200.
Easy, yeah. Thank God the fire marshal come up the street, right?
Yeah, they probably was in there getting the fish platter.
Yeah.
Like
I know they're like, all right, go ahead.
Yeah, so,
you a little bit over capacity, but that's all right. That's all right.
But again, like I said, I had to work on my skill.
Right.
You know what I mean? My uncle Ricky O told me one thing. He said, you'll never be able to be a good DJ and make money unless you can do two things. Blend music together.
Right.
And read your crowd.
Right.
Those are two things he said.
Right.
He said, always know those two things. And as long as you know how to blend music and play the right records and know your crowd, you be all right.
Right.
And from that point on, that's all I kept doing. Just learning, trying different things, just paying attention to other DJs that I may happen to hear at different spots. I was never a bar or club going guy. I that's just not me.
Right.
I'm totally different.
So once you playing, that's it. But you go home. You're not back
come
out
in
every night. Yeah.
No, I can't do it. People used to think I go to events. Yeah. Every DJ had. No, that wasn't tech. I didn't do that.
Yeah. If I wasn't doing it, I wasn't hanging out at it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So. Now you're coming into the late '90s and stuff like that, and you kind of are the resident there at Lou and Choose, and do you start doing more events and stuff now? Yeah. Like I remember a time you personally said I would just see flyers, and either you were doing something with sound, or you were one of the DJs on the venue, or you were the DJ on the venue. So this is coming into like the 2000s stuff like that. So how that started? Did you start to branch out or widen your horizons, as they say?
Right. But in 98, 99, my man Shavoy Murray, Showtime, was the first promoter I ever literally did events for.
Okay.
He put me on as far as the party scene, doing events. And back when, was that venue used to be down on Kelly Drive, was it Riverside or something like that?
Oh yeah, I understand.
Something like that. River Drive or something like that.
Yeah, Riverview or something like that.
Yeah, that used to be a big venue hall. And I remember he put me on a gig with along with my man Big Steve, who owns Waltz.
Okay.
They had a party, and he put me on it, and I did good. And I mean, and from there, he helped put my name out there in the city as far as doing events.
Right.
And then of course in 2000, and as time going on, and me being at Lose the way I was, that helped people know who I was.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm in healthcare. Right. So I would work downtown, and I'd be on my lunch break walking around the street in scrubs. And I got a lady stop me and say, yo, don't you DJ?
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Don't you DJ? I said, yes.
Yeah.
Aren't you that guy from Lose?
Yeah.
I said, yeah. You know what I mean? Oh, we was it. Me and my girls was in
We
there
had a good
last
time.
night.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You good. But again, me hearing that from somebody I don't know, never saw, or don't remember seeing,
Right.
that made me feel good. And that made me say, okay, at least I know I'm a good DJ.
Right. Or you know you're doing something right.
Yeah.
And you knowing that you're really staying on top of your craft.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know a lot of DJs at that time, it's like status you're at, in my opinion.
Right.
People, it's not from that hard, like you said, you hard work. You did that. You know what I mean?
Right.
You put in the time, and then people respond to that.
Yeah.
What you consider work, a lot of times they just having a good time. They don't
Right.
realize all the practice you did, whatever, so
Yeah.
and the things you had to take advantage of. So, when you started doing that, you start realizing, hey, I like to start doing bigger events.
Yeah.
Now, because I'm used to the bar scene already. I'm kind of locked
Right.
in here. I'm locked in at doing certain parties. But when you start doing like some more bigger venue stuff, and was there a certain time you did that, or just kind of worked out that way?
Back, I say 2009, maybe 2010. I'm gonna say 2009. I hooked up with my man Otis Barnes, Big O, and he was doing something monthly or every couple of weeks at this spot called 69th Street Lounge up in Darby. And, he originally had Corey DST, shout out to Corey, doing it. And I guess he approached me one time, asked me, would I be available? And from 2009 up until before the pandemic, I was O's DJ, main DJ for all his events that he had.
Okay.
There's a few times where I couldn't do the event, but for the most part, it was just Otis Traveling Man Entertainment and DJ Technique.
They still put your name on the flyers. I'll tell you that now. Whether you showed up or not.
But yeah, it that's how it developed. And he was the guy. He was my main promoter that I worked for.
Okay.
He always kept me working.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And by him doing that allowed me more exposure on the party scene, because again, by that time, a lot of the main clubs that we grew up going to and hearing about, the Gothams, the Upper Deck, Bahama Bay, Brave New World, they were phasing out, and people were doing more. People were doing more events. Promoters were having theme events, black parties and stuff like that.
Right.
And he always kept me working. And along with that, being able, that's when I'm gonna say maybe 2012. My man K Swift, shout out to DJ K Swift,
yes,
my mixed villain brother. He approached me and told me, he said, "Yo, Spin Bad and Nikki Butters, they putting together this. We're gonna start this group called the Mixed Villains."
Yeah, let's get into that.
Oh yeah, yeah. So okay, I never knew Nikki Butters, but I heard of him.
Right.
I never knew him originally, but coming up. But I always heard that name. I heard that my man DJ Steve used to be at Lose, like I said.
Right.
He mentioned Nikki Butters to me one time, and he brung him in here one time.
Okay.
I don't know if Nick remember that, but that's when I had my Vestex 07. I remember that clearly. Steve brought him in there, and, that's when I first literally saw him face to face.
Okay.
But
Nikki Butters is in the house, by the way. That's why we messing
shout out to
with
Nikki
him.
Butters, my mixed villain brother. Yeah. But yeah, so again, Swift had brung it up to me. He was like, yeah, Spin gonna call you, Spin Bag gonna call you. Yes, we trying to start this group, blah, blah, blah. We in this group, blah, blah, blah. Mixed villains. I remember Spin came over my house, my apartment a couple of times, and was talking to me about it. And we all know how laid back he is.
Yes.
He's straight corporate.
The king of chill.
You know what I mean? He like a corporate CEO. Like,
yeah,
this is what we're putting this together. I said, this sounds like a guy that used to DJ for New Edition, right? In BBD. He's like, we're just putting this together, and we're just trying to start something new. And I remember Spin always kept telling me this one thing. He said, we're going to be a more different, updated version of the Pros DJs. If y'all remember the Pros.
Yes, the Pros.
Yeah.
You can hire them up. They cover everything.
Everybody wanted to work for the Pros.
Everybody, yep. They did everything.
But no, and from that point on, like I said, once I met the fellas and we all buckled down and decided this is what we're going to do, we organized it, we established it. You know what I mean? I'm forever grateful for that, because Nick and Spin and Swift, they showed me, hey, the whole DJ group thing can still exist.
Right, right.
If it's ran right, if it's organized right, and every cat in the group is humble, most importantly.
Right.
There's no egos.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm never going to sit up here and say I'm better than Spin Bad.
Right.
I ain't crazy. I'm never going to say I'm better than Swift, Nikki Butters.
You're right.
We don't believe in that battle each other.
You bring your own.
Everybody brings a different.
Everything.
Exactly. Everybody has a unique thing to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they knew I was always working during the parties.
Right.
Throughout the city. So it turned out to be a blessing for me, and I'm forever grateful for that. Those are my brothers. We grew up together. You know what I mean? I'm the old head.
Yeah,
well, I think Swift is older than me.
Okay.
He's the quadruple LG. J-Rock. DJ K Swift.
We're going to get Swift in here too.
Yeah. I will always jokingly tell cats, DJs that be asking me about us and be like, yo, we don't really know about y'all. I said, well, I'm a party rocker. I know Nikki Butters a party rocker, but all of us can cut.
Yes.
I said, cats be like, "Oh, we gonna battle you, Tech." I said, "I don't battle anymore."
Right? Yeah.
I honestly don't know how to battle.
Right.
But I got a couple of them that will get you.
Right. Exactly.
I call it like I said.
I make your eyebrows lift a couple times.
I tell them, I used to joke. I said, I got a brother that been in the DMC. Trust me.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I ain't worried.
Yeah, you know,
I ain't scared.
Like, I got somebody in my platoon that can handle all that. I don't smoke you on the break. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But again, they showed me organization, and from a business standpoint, can really work. And I'm loyal to the core. I'm gonna always be a mixed villain.
Now talk about that. I'm glad you brought that up about the business side, and talk a little bit about how it was when you were younger to how it is now. I know we talk, just in general amongst ourselves a lot of times about how to approach business and what the DJ business itself. You know,
right?
What you should be doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to be a DJ. What the things to look out for. Now we could do a whole seminar. I know that, but just kind of briefly some key things you think that are important if you want to be a DJ. If you're going to be a DJ, dealing with promoters, dealing with venues. And because you've done all this stuff,
right?
Are there some tidbits or something you can drop some gems on these people to let them know, like, hey, if you're going to do this, look out for this, or this is going to happen occurring.
Well, when it comes to the business standpoint of it, always promote your brand.
Right.
You know what I mean? Promote your brand to all those up and coming or DJs that just started or those DJs that have been doing it for a couple of years. Promote your brand from the door. Don't be afraid. Get your business cards. Utilize social media because social media is, to be honest, is the most effective way of promoting yourself.
Right.
Be mindful of how you promote yourself. When you're on social media because again, you got to remember about your brand. You don't want to be, advertising your number, your website, and everything else, and your DJ group or name. And that you're doing events and you're available, but yet you're being messy at the same time,
right? It's not tight
on social media. So you don't want to contradict yourself. You want to have a business mindset about it, and be willing to understand that it's business. Like Nino Brown said, this is business, B. Never personal. It's business.
Right.
Never personal.
Right.
Again, friends are friends, but business is business. If you're DJing. If you're a DJ and you're trying to establish yourself from a business standpoint and profit off it, because that's what we all try and want to do.
Right.
Always be mindful. Do a contract. Do a contract. Get a deposit. Be specific about that contract. Don't be afraid to establish a fee, your price. Stick to your price. Don't let friends try to curb the business aspect of what you're trying to establish as a DJ.
Right.
Just because you're 25 years old, 26 years old, you DJing at a local bar, if you feel as though you want to do a contract and charge somebody $500 for a wedding, $600 for a wedding, stick to your guns, whether they know you or not.
Right.
That's how I view it. And always be willing to grow and invest back into yourself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm a mixer fanatic.
Right.
I am a mixer fanatic.
Yes, I know you.
Nicky Butters tell you,
and a Rain fanatic, right?
Yo. But I will go on record say I was the first one in Philly with the Rain 12s. I'm going to go ahead.
Did you have the first Rain 12s?
Right.
I know you a Rain fiend. I know that. I knew that.
That's right. I said it.
I know you a Rain fiend. I know it.
First, I had the first Rain. I was the first DJ in Philly with Rain 12s.
Right.
Craig Saunders can verify that for me. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, always be willing to invest in your equipment for yourself, because even though the equipment doesn't make the DJ,
right, presentation
is everything.
Yes.
Longevity is everything. Yeah. Cutting corners and buying something from a poppy electronics store in Kensington, it says 1,800 watt subwoofer, and it kicks out 2,000 watts, and it only kicks out 200 watts.
Yes.
You'll get maybe one event out of it, but then you'll find yourself buying another one. Right. So when it comes to investing in yourself, meaning equipment, always be willing to get your quality gear, because it's going to take you a long way where it pays for itself. Right.
And now you and I talked about this. Nicky Butters talked about this, and we talked about the times for the old DJs. You've seen the progression, or I should say, the evolution.
Shut up, Mayor.
Of the technology here. So they have a lot more. Younger DJs have a lot more to look for, and as far as technology and what stuff they want, controller, DJ, whatever they want to do. How as an older DJ coming from old basic turntables and old mix, whatever. So how do you feel about some of the newer technology and some of the things? Like I said, one key thing that I always stress, and all older DJs stress, is that you still have to know your music. You still need to know what you're doing, no matter how good this technology is you're using, whether it has a button that makes you do stuff you should probably know already or not. You should still know what you need to know. So where do you fall in that category?
Evolution is a part of life.
Right.
I don't need Jazzy Jeff to tell me we have to change with technology to know that myself.
Right.
Shout out to Jeff, because you shouldn't have to have a famous DJ tell you, oh, we have to change with the times. We have to change with the times. Technology is being developed every 6 months or whatever.
Right.
It's nothing wrong with it. I never thought I'd play on a controller. But I do.
You do, right? Yeah.
I never thought I use one turntable, but I do. I have.
Right.
But to be honest, to make yourself efficient in your job, you have to be willing to accept the technology that's put in front of you. Right.
Right.
So again, I don't need a famous DJ or a famous rapper or a famous to come on, do a internet show and say, well, you have to be willing to change with technology.
Yeah.
No. I'm smart enough.
Right.
And I acknowledge how evolution of DJ gear has come a long way.
Right.
If people want to be honest, we all know the Rain 12s aren't nothing but controllers.
Basically, right? Yeah.
But again, it doesn't hurt to want change. That never hurts. You still can be that DJ that can get down on 12s or turntables, but rock thousands of people with a controller.
Yeah.
As long as you know your gear and are efficient with it, and don't just get it for show.
Right.
That's got to be important too.
Right. And you understand your craft and hone your craft as a DJ, regardless of equipment. Then the new equipment shouldn't matter.
You can have you can have a $2,000 mixer, 3,000 watt tops, $3,000 tops, but sound like crap.
Exactly.
you can run them in the red, or you don't know how to utilize the features on the mixer that you bought, but you have to just know your gear and invest.
Yeah, you're like, man, this guy can't mix a smoothie. What the hell is going on? More or less a mix. What the hell? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The gear look nice, it's all pretty and everything, but
shout out to my brother.
There's no actual DJ skills being involved, but it looks pretty.
Shout out to my brother Smooth Soul. What's up, Smooth?
Yo, so we got to make him chop it up in here, because he brought his laptop. We ain't gonna go there.
Oh yeah.
But but any excellent words you would want to tell people that stuff you're doing and you're getting into in the future, or currently that you want to do, and any advice you want to give to anybody?
I've honestly can say this. As far as the DJ game with me, since I got married, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a happy husband. I'm a happy husband, happy hubby as they call me. I haven't DJ'd on a regular. I don't have a residency like I used to have at Lose.
Yeah.
But when I do go out, I'm only coming out just to hear cats that I know gonna give me a good time. And that's every DJ that I personally know.
Right.
All these DJs that I know are my friends. And, if I pop up at their bar or a venue that they happen to be doing and that me and my wife attend, I know I'm going to enjoy the music, hands down. Right. My advice is that, DJs coming into this game, and even DJs that are my age that have been in the game,
right?
Like Mr. Rogers say, the way we go by, ladies and gentlemen, is humble. Not there's very few of us have stood on the stage behind Beyonce, behind famous artists, and DJ for 30,000 plus people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether it's 5 people or 5,000, stay humble and again, work on your craft and know your music, and don't be afraid to ask questions and learn. Because even though I'm from what y'all say, triple OG, from across the street,
live. DJ Technique is coming to you live.
Again, I'm accessible. A lot of other DJs have my number. And if you have any questions for me, I can learn from y'all, because again, the music has changed. So again, I can learn something from cats that are 21, 25 that are DJ just starting out. So never be afraid to basically be humble and be willing to learn, because I'm still learning too. I learn I'm delving into sound now.
Right.
And again, watching J-Rock, watching Fred Tate, Tracy Church Weatherly, shout out to Church, watching those guys and their systems, how they build up and how they do things, helps me. It helps. Right. It helps me a lot. So that's the word advice.
Always be an active learner, right? Yeah.
Definitely be an active learner. Right. You know what I mean? Saying, and again, shout out to my mixed brother family. Love them guys. They're all my brothers. You know what I'm saying? And I'm blessed to have them in my life, and I'm blessed to have y'all cats too, because tomorrow's never promised. So
right, exactly.
Just keep rocking. That's all I can suggest, really.
All right. There you have it. DJ Technique, Triple OG.
Shout out to Perry P.
Dropping some knowledge on y'all. Telling you about this culture thing we've been going on for a lot of years here now, and what we're doing here. We're going to get you on these turntables and chop it up a little bit for the people.
I'm double left, by the way.
All right. So
Nick, I'm double left, right, Nick?
All right. So I guess J-Rock is on that right now. I think he's getting that ready. Getting y'all. And then, so we're gonna conclude. I'm gonna thank you for coming out. Appreciate your time, man.
Yeah, thank you.
It was fun. Like I said, giving people some knowledge on where this thing comes from and how we do it here in Philly, and and just about the culture, and especially why we do this in general, is just tell them about our culture and our contribution to hip hop.
No doubt.
50 years this year, right?
Yeah,
50 years, right? Hip hop is going to be, right?
Yeah.
So Philly is a big part of that. You know what I mean? So
always will be.
So we're glad to have you out. We're going to get you set up.
Shouts to DJ Thorpe.
Yes, Thorpe. What's up, Thorpe? What's going
Uptown.
on? Perry P, the voice master, Perry P. What's going on? Huh? Oh yeah, we're going to have another mixed villain coming. What? Vader's next. DJ Vader's coming in. We're going to talk to my man Vader. He's coming in. He's next. So we getting overrun with the mixed villains, boy. Y'all just not ready for all of this.
There's so many of us.
Now, I was informed, I think Plush put this on there earlier, I saw on the chat that, yes, Nicky Butters is here, and he does have his laptop. I'm actually looking at him right now, sitting in a chair with the laptop. So after Frank chops it up here, Mr. DJ Technique, I think we're going to get Brother Butters on after him. Maybe we'll see what's going on, because he owes us a set. But like I said, we're getting Technique set up here for a few minutes. I don't know if we. I don't know how long it's gonna be. So, almost ready to.
I guess I always make things difficult because I'm double left.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's J-Rock's fault.
He should have known that, right? We could have been ready, right?
Yeah.
Let's just blame it on somebody. Let's just blame it on J-Rock. All right, so yeah, you can go get set up, and then we'll hold on, and then we'll get it going.
Way. You got a banging booty and a tight waist. I've been a fan since I met you in the lobby, and hopefully you end up over my place.
I can't believe I never saw you coming over until you put your pretty hand up on my shoulder. I wanna touch, I wanna kiss, I wanna hold you. Yeah, I really wanna get you hot tonight. Come on. So tell me what I gotta do to get the hook up in the future. Baby, you choose the night, whatever you like, and I'ma pick you up on time.
And it's cool if you don't want to, but you be a fool if you don't want to. Because I guarantee that if you with me, you're gonna be feeling how you're supposed to be.
Girl, give me your number, give it to me. Forget it, here go my number. Here you go. Forget it, you don't need my number. No, you don't. Cause we're gonna get hot tonight. Oh, girl, give me your number, give it to me. Forget it, here go my number. Here you go. Forget it, you
right way. You got a banging booty and a tight waist. I've been a fan since I met you in the lobby, and hopefully you end up over my place.
I can't believe I never saw you coming over until you put your pretty hand up on my shoulder. I wanna touch, I wanna kiss, I wanna hold you. Yeah, I really wanna get you hot tonight. Come on. So tell me what I gotta do to get the hook up in the future. Baby, you choose the night, whatever you like, and I'ma pick you up on time.
And it's cool if you don't want to, but you be a fool if you don't want to. Because I guarantee that if you with me, you're gonna be feeling how you're supposed to be.
Girl, give me your number, give it to me. Forget it, here go my number. Here you go. Forget it, you don't need my number. No, you don't. Cause we're gonna get hot tonight. Ooh, girl, give me your number, give it to me. Forget it, here go my number. Here you go. Forget it, you don't need my number. No, you don't. Cause we're gonna get hot tonight. That's right.
And if you say you don't like it my way, we can do it your way. Any way is okay.
And if you say
You don't like it my way, we can do it your way. Any way is okay.
any way you like it, babe. Tell me what I gotta do to get the hook up in the future. You choose the night, whatever you like, and I'ma pick you up on time.
And it's cool if you don't want to, but you're a fool if you don't want to. Cause I guarantee that if you're with me, we're gonna have a good time tonight. Give me your number, yeah.
Forget it, here go my number. Here you go. Forget it, you don't need my number. I said forget it, you don't.
Cause we're gonna get hot tonight.
Come on, girl. Forget it, here go my number. Come and get it. Forget it, you don't need my number. Get it, you don't really need it at all.
Get hot tonight.
Can we break it down? Baby, can we break this down? Can we break it down? Yeah.
Cause we're gonna get hot tonight.
Can we break it down? Can we break it down? Can we break it down?
Cause we're gonna get hot tonight.
So get your hands up.
Girl, give me your
Seen a
number.
lot of shorties in the club tonight.
Here go my
But you the
number.
only shorty I'ma love tonight.
You don't need my
The one and
number.
only woman that I'm thinking of. So come on over here, let me show you some love. Girl, I wanna get you real hot tonight. See if I can love you non-stop tonight. Wanna make you feel like you feel
Cause we're
alright.
gonna get hot tonight.
Girl, give me your number. Forget it, here go my number. Forget it, you don't need my number.
Cause we're gonna get hot tonight.
Right here. Girl, give me your number. Give it to me. Forget it, here go my number. Forget it, you don't need my number.
Cause we're gonna get hot tonight.
Let me say, ooh, baby, alright, yeah, and keep it hot for you. And I wanna say, ooh, baby, alright, yeah, and keep it hot for you.
Now let me set it off in the right way. You got a banging booty and a tight waist. I've been a fan since I met you in the lobby, and hopefully you end up over my place.
I can't believe I never saw you coming over until you put your pretty hand up on my shoulder. I wanna touch, I wanna kiss, I wanna hold you. Yeah, I really wanna get you hot tonight. Come on. So tell me what I gotta do to get the hook up in the future. Baby, you choose the night, whatever you like, and I'ma pick you up on time.
And it's cool if you don't want to, but you be a fool if you don't want to. Because I guarantee that if you're with me, you're gonna be feeling how you're supposed to be.
Girl, give me your number, give it to me. Forget it, here go my number. Here you go. Forget it,
Mix villains, no, it's the mix villains.
Sit back and relax and listen to the sounds of the mighty Mix Villains. No games here, son. No games.
They call me Big L.A., Big Silly, Big Money, Big Billy. When it's time to get the mark and you hear me, I be slicing these bars. They call me Big L.A., they call me Big L.A., Big L.A., Big Money. They call me Big L.A., Big Silly, Big Money, Big Billy. When I'm sliding in the mark and you hear me, I be slicing with these bars so you feel me. Let me rip it up for cuz in the back. Let me flip it, get a buzz in your hat. I'ma tell you how to cause an attack. Timberland ladies love on the track. Love to get the ice pop champagne. Don't forget I used to ride on the train. When I bump it right, call my name. Go crazy in the mall with James. Don't care.
Mix Villains.
That's a brand name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it.
Appreciate you, brother. Oh, cooking now. Yeah. Say what? What is it? What is it? What is it? All right, my man. Cut it up, Tech. What is it? What? All right. DJ Technique from the Mix Villains. Yes, sir. Now, we got a bonus today. We got DJ Nicky Butters to actually bring his laptop to the studio today. And he is going to complete his set that he should have done last time. So, hold on for a minute. We want to thank you, Tech, again for coming out and talking to us, man. I appreciate you. We had a good time. Appreciate you rocking out for us. We're going to take a little pause here and get Nicky Butters set up. He's going to do his set from the mighty Mix Villain crew, DJ Technique, and we're going to have Nicky Butters back on again. So once again, want to thank you all for hanging in there with us. We had some technical difficulties, but we appreciate you. Live from the studios here, Music Factory Studios, DJ Cafe, Philly Live 215. I am Big Ben, and I am your host, and I'm going to you ready, Nick? We see him walking around here. We don't know if he's ready yet. Let's. We're gonna see if he get ready here. Ready. DJ Nicky Butters is coming.
News reporter
the king of the swing. And if you mess with us, you'll be a real short liver.
Yo, Chuck, what's the move, man? I was on my way up here to the studio, you know what I'm saying? And this brother stopped me and asked me, yo, what's up with that brother Chucky D? He swear he nice. I said, yo, the brother don't swear he nice, he knows he's nice, you know what I'm saying? So, Chuck, I got a feeling you turning into a public enemy, man. Now, remember that line you was kicking to me on the way out to LA Lounge and Queens while we was in the car on our way to the shop? Well, yo, right now, kick the bass for them brothers and let them know what goes on.
What goes on? Well, put it up on the board. Another rapper shot down from the mouth that roared. 1, 2, 3, down for the count. The beats all of my lyrics, oh yes, no doubt. Cold rock rap, 49 supreme is what I choose and I use. I never lose to a team, cause I can go solo like a Tyson photo. Make the fly girls wanna have my photo. Run in a room, hang it on the wall. In remembrance that I rock them all. Suckers, ducks, so MCs who can't rock the kids, so go cut the cheese. Take this application of rhymes like these. My rap's red hot, 110 degrees. So don't start basing, I'll start placing. Bet on that you'll be disgracing. You in your mind for my beat, for my rhymes. A time for a crime that I can't find. I show you my gun while Uzi weighs a ton because I'm public enemy number one. You got no rap, but you want to battles like having a boat, but you got no paddle. Cause I never pause. I say it because I don't break in stores, but I break all laws. Written while sitting on fit, not bitten. Giving me the juice that you're not getting. I'm not a law player, so you can tell your mayor I'm a non-stop rhythm rock poetry sayer. I'm the rhyme player, the ozone layer. A battle what here's about start your prayer. This word to the wise is justified. If they ask you what happens, it's admit you lied. You just got caught. You're going out of order. And now you serve football teams playing water. You mess with the master word you chunk. And I wax cold tax, make sure you got dope. You just got this. All but this list. Sucker duck MCs, you didn't need this. There's no fun being on the run. Because they got me public enemy number one. Don't you know? I got a posse of a force to back me up. Watch out, we got metal to match. Ambush attack on my back, double team to get cream, so we have so you won't catch. Wanna hear it again? We got a force. Enemy down, the LI circuit sound. Hey, Chucky D, myself, and KG, Flavor, DJ Melody. Oh yes, I presume it's the tunes that make us groove, to make all the ladies swoon. But it's also the word from moderation. I'm going boy section. Kick it like Bruce Lee's Chinese connection on stereo. Never ever mind, no on wax. Yes, I'm talking about vinyl. They said stop, please. I got frozen because I'm public enemy number one. For all you suckers, liars, and cheap amplifiers, you crossed up wires are always on fires. You grown up cries, now here's a pair of pliers. Get a job like your mother hurts and fix his own drive. You have no desire, your father fixes tires. You try to say you're queer, but you get no bias. Cause you done never hire, you never on flyers. Cause you and your crew is only known as good trying. Known as the poetic, political, lyrical son, I'm public enemy number one.
That's right, Chuck, man. That's what you gotta do. You gotta tell them just like that. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause yo, man, let me tell you a little something, man. These brothers running around hard. They get a little jealous, you know what I'm saying? Just like that. You know, they try to bring you down. But yo, Chuck, you got to let them know who's who in the world will be. You got to let them know that this is the 80s and we can get on the ladies. And in the backyard, we got a fly Mercedes. And that's the way the story goes. That's just the way the story goes. Let me tell you a little something, man.
Yeah, word up, word to mother. Here comes G-Rap with another one, y'all. We gonna swing this like this.
Don't try to apprehend him.
keep a 9 anyway. For the day, one of my homies wanna swab, I'm still rolling with the lynch mob.
Them the motherfuckers who don't motherfucker.
America's Most Wanted.
Back in the day, I did my share of the dirt. Sometimes I got away clean, sometimes people got hurt. But if you know me, you know that I'm liable.
All right, I think we ready. We ready. DJ Nicky Butters. He's back. Gonna get his set in for us. He owed us from last time. As you can see, the laptop is in place in the stand now. We're ready to go. We've overcome all technical difficulties. You know. Gonna have him chop it up a little bit. Anytime you're ready, bro. Yes, sir. Well, we're going to wait a little longer here. Please stand by. We're still expecting Nicky Butters to come on and bless us with some chopping.
and I we run the town.
Night.
We own
night.
We own
night.
Hello. All right. Hello. All right, we ready for real this time. My man, DJ Nicky Butters.
Strapped with the sounds profound, similar to rounds spit by derringers. You're in the terror dome, like my man Chuck D said. It's time to dethrone you clones and all you knuckleheads. Cause MCs have used up extended warranties, while real MCs and DJs are a minority. But right about now, I use my authority, cause I'm like the wizard and you look lost like Dorothy. The horror be when I return for my real people. Words of split wigs hitting like some double desert eagles. Sporting caps pulled low and baggy slacks, subtracting all the rappers who lack over Premier's tracks. Severe facts have brought this rap game to near collapse. So as I have in the past, I will dropping lyrics that be harder than sex and candle wax. And one-dimensional MCs can't handle that. While the world's revolving on its axis, I come with mad loving plus the illest warlike tactics. The wilderness is filled with this. So many people searching for false bliss. I'm here with the skills you missed. The rejected stone is now the cornerstone. Sorta like the master builder when I make my way home. You know my steeds.
You know my stage. Let them know, do your thing, dog. Keep it live. To the beat, yo.
Still for me
Very young with a laid back tongue. The aim is to succeed and achieve at 21. Just like Ringling Brothers, our days and astound. Captivate them, cause the pros is profound. Do it for the strong, we do it for the meek. Boom it in your Jeep, or your Honda, or your Beamer, or your Legend, or your Benz. The rave of the town to your foes and your friends. So push it along, trails we blaze. Don't deserve the gong, don't deserve the praise. The tranquility will make you unball your fist. Before we put hip hop on a brand new twist. A brand new twist with a whole heap of mystic. So low key that you probably missed it. But yet it's so loud that it stands in the crowd. When the guy takes the beat, they bowed. So raise up, squire, adjust your attire. We have no time to wallow in the mire. If you're on a foreign path, then let me do the lead. Join in the essence of the cool out breed. You cool out to the music cause it makes you feel serene. With the birds and the bees and all those groovy things. Like getting stomach aches when you gotta go to work. Or staring into space when you're feeling berserk. I don't really mind if it's over your head. Cause the job of resurrectors is to wake up the dead. So pay attention, it's not hard to decipher. And after the horns you can check out the Viper.
DJ Nicky Butters is your DJ for the night.
Fun, you came up, what, making it happen. We're rapping on the corner, the possibly going platinum. But when we roll, I used to ready to ride.
Yo, I'll be ready to ride and I'll be ready to die.
Fun, you came up, what, making it happen. We're rapping on the corner, the possibly going platinum. But when we roll, I used to ready to ride.
Yo, I'll be ready to ride and I'll be ready to die. Hey, yo, my word is born, long as I'm alive, I'ma put it on. Could've gone to G, thug, until I'm gone. Way to Bronx, I'm flipping. 5 boroughs thoroughly rapping. Let's unite the city and step to the world as a weapon. Cause everybody's checking for punch, second to none. Cause Latin's going platinum was destined to come. The inevitable, heavily better than whatever you do. We eligible to yes is incredibly credible for the revenue we getting you open with lyrical dope. And these breaths that I'm quoting's like an injectional dose. And it never quits. Taken from TS's top terrorist, rapper slash hijacker, bombing tracks ever since I was young. I wasn't always big pun, it wasn't always this fun. Hey yo, I rose from the slums, I had to pay my due. Lay a few, but I ain't saying who. Staying true to the game, no names playing it cool. Just me and the crew, holding it down. Long as we round, we gonna keep socking it to you like homie the clown. Going down like Pac, ready to ride or die.
Fun, you came up, what, making it happen. We're rapping on the corner, the possibly going platinum. But when we roll, I used to ready to ride.
Yo, I'll be ready to ride and I'll be ready to die.
Fun, you came up, what, making it happen. We're rapping on the corner, the possibly going platinum. But when we roll, I used to ready to ride.
Yo, I'll be ready to ride and I'll be ready to die.
DJ Nicky Butters on the mix. Yes, sir.
I need a gangster.
Say what?
I want a gangster. Yo, I want a gangster boogie with my. I need a gangster. I want a gangster. Yo, I want a gangster boogie with my.
I need a gangster. If you don't sleep but you don't play, sticking up girls from around the way. Strap a lovable, hateful but huggable. Always in trouble and definitely sensible. See her now, booms and pounds, she's my friend. Puffing on a blunt, sipping on a Heineken. She's got charm, a firearm to match mine. Going to the movies, packing his and her nines, wearing Carhartt and leather. Never mind the weather. On Valentine's Day, doing stick-ups together. No one to blame, no shame in the game. And when we, she makes me scream out her name. She's not petty, confident, ready. Right for late night, we play fight with machetes. This goes out to all the gangster ho pros. Give me a ghetto girl, keep your soul trained ho. I need a gangster, yo.
I want a gangster. I want a with my. I want a gangster. Yo, I need a gangster. I want a with my. I want
Yeah, once again as we join Stodex on the great hunt for dough. Along with my man Show B.I.Z. representing D.I.T.C. Wild Cowboys make a lot of noise. Stages and cameras and lights don't affect me. Same on the wax as the same on the street. Stages and cameras and lights don't affect me. Same on the wax as the same on the street. I'm for the good things in life. So let's keep the scrap mingling. Been everywhere like twice. My latest trip been to England. Learn this whole scene from the Grand Poobah. Peace to Lord Jamar and Nas Escobar. My people crime family, they finally got a jam. Long live Ralph McDaniel and this crazy man Sam. My man Papa O, can I get a suit from Mecca? From off from Cork Nine, can I get a shirt so I can be fly? I'd also like to walk and wear a suit made from April. Hit me off in May when I'm heard on that and Dre Scoop Jackson on the late night. New Jersey drink night. Honey's from Passaic. My joint, they better play it. Rhyme after rhyme after rhyme after rhyme. Line after line after line after line. Somebody said, did I know my man kicked the free? I grew up on him and my man Bruce B. The lone mic for high, I'm like the Viking. If shit ain't to my liking, I run and get the axe. It's not that I'm a racist, it's just I'm pro-black. You can't sleep in this here game, cause it's treason. There's a million MC
Yes, sir. DJ Nicky Butters coming back and blessing us. We got the Mixed Villain crew today. DJ Technique, DJ Nicky Butters. Appreciate y'all coming out. Had a good time today. We're going to wrap it up today. International DJ Cafe, Factory Studios, fully live 215. My name is Big Ben. We will see you back in, 2 weeks with DJ Vader. Another member of the Mixed Villain crew will come in and tell his story, and he's going to get him to chop it up too, right? Yeah, I think so. All right. So thank y'all for coming out. Appreciate y'all's support. We will see you later.
You don't really wanna mess with the blue face. Big cars, $100,000 in a suitcase. Haters wanna hate cause they two-faced. Bankroll, getting cake, dog, too late. Little mama wanna shake like an earthquake. Drop them draws, lock them jaws. Flip on my ass like Dominique Dawes. Show them that you represent the Ram Squad wrong. Whoa. You don't really want daddy blue bucks. Spinning in a blue truck, linen with the blue chucks. You don't really want Big Daddy. Creeping with the girl next door like Shaggy. You don't really wanna mess with back. You don't really wanna test the cat, test the Mac. Test the all-time rap, villain in black. With the hoes in the dope, be at the rope, be at. Get money, bang.
Yeah, I'm repping the international.
I don't have competition.
DJ Cafe.
This is
Music Factory